I'm very happy to welcome some of the sponsors and partners of our competition this afternoon. And I am also happy to welcome the president of our competition, Mr. Igor Stumpf, and the ambassador of our competition, a popular Slovakian actor, Michal Hudák. I would like to pass the word to the president of our competition, Igor Stumpf.
Dobrý deň. Ja by som chcel na úvod povedať to, že veľmi ťažko sa rodila táto súťaž, vlastne až na 4. pokus vzhľadom k pandemickej situácii, ktorá tu bola. A je trošku možno až taký zázrak malý, že sa nám to zorganizovať podarilo. Nevedeli by sme to urobiť bez našich partnerov, sponzorov, bez našich kolegov organizačného štábu, ktorým by som sa veľmi pekne chcel týmto pádom poďakovať. Samozrejme bez vinárov, ktorí prihlásili svoje vína, svoje vzorky na túto súťaž, by to tiež nebolo možné.
Thank you very much, Igor. From my side and especially in the name of all the organizing committee, I would like to thank our main partner, Hotel Château Béla, because they created really exclusive luxury conditions for our competition. And I am very happy to welcome with us the General Director of Hotel Château Béla, Jürgen Gruber.
Yeah, why we were choosing to be the main partner is easy. When I first heard about this event and competition, I saw the synergies we definitely have. Over the years, wine tastings and presentation of wine, let's say our own wine production, is a part of our offers. And I could see here, especially a big opportunity for marketing reasons, to help Slovakia to be more visible, and especially in terms of wine. And when we connect traveling and visiting another country, I would say it's not only about the sites, it's not only about the hotel and quality of hotel, it's also about the national products. It's food and, of course, in this case, wine. And I believe every transporter event, and especially this one, helps. The wine producers, helps hotels, helps the tourism, because we could see even in this pandemic time that we got visitors who stated to me personally, we are only here because of the wine and we wanted to know where it is produced. And that is, I would say, very nice. And we could see that Slovak wines are competitive, they have quality, they should be known in the world, and with your event you make it possible. And especially now when it was this pandemic time, yes, we are very happy that we could organize. But I have to say also that it was perfectly organized. Everybody was keeping the measures valid. Everybody was vaccinated. As far as I heard from you, Edita, there was no infection, no visitor. I think it's also important to let the people know that you can do events like this and everybody can feel safe. Also with our staff, it is important. Nobody had any infection, so we're happy to have you here, and we would like to continue with you in this way.
Jürgen, you are Austrian, living in Slovakia, And our competition works very close together with Austria, also with Hungary and Czech Republic, because we feel that winemaking countries have to cooperate very closely together. Can you compare the support of Austrian government or local regional governments in Austria with the support of Slovakian government for tourism, hospitality sector, and also for wine sector?
This I already said in many interviews. It's a pity. In my opinion, it's not seen from the government the potential of tourism. The support in Austria, it's on much higher level, and there is a much stronger cooperation. Regions are connected. Everybody is putting the efforts together and don't see themselves as competitors. But here in Slovakia, I have to say, many of my colleagues are seeing themselves as competitors in this way, and the support of government, it's starting now. I can see a change, but maybe it's also because of pandemic that it's not such quickly visible. I still hope for the future, and Slovakia should see the potential, because it's comparable to Austria. The size, it has a little bit less inhabitants, but it's a beautiful country. It had everything to be much more known and to have much more success. And the role of tourism is here compared to Austria not recognized at all. I wish it will change. I keep fingers. I'm helping for that, and that's why we are happy to support, to show that it's on us as well, and everybody can support.
Do you think that Austria, Slovakia, Hungary, and Czech Republic, as wine countries or wine regions that are closely connected by the river Danube, and if this is an advantage, or if we are competition from the point of view of wine tourism?
That's no competition at all. I think the Danube is perfect to connect the different nationalities. It was, I think the Danube is really the best connecting tool, river. Brings us together over centuries since existing. It only transports, let's say, the goods, and it's a region which must be much more cooperating. It's not a competition at all, I would say. No, it is the variety is the nice thing. I think it should be much more promoted. It's a wine region with its own climates, microclimates, I would say, and for that reason it creates and helps to produce very, very special wine, only being able to be produced close to the Danube. So the Danube is not only for transportation, but it's also creating this special climate that makes it only logic that these countries should be together and promote their wine together, in my opinion.
One of our most important partners since 2019 is one of the top world producers of quality wine glasses and how we say glassware in the world, Rona. I'm happy to welcome the production director, Mr. Peter Vrabel, online, and I would like to ask him why Rona became a partner of this competition, and not only of this competition, because thanks to the networking of VINOFED competitions, Danube Wine Challenge is a member of this federation. Other 4 important international wine competitions have as an official glass of their competition Rona glass.
I am convinced that glass, wine glasses and wine as such create perfect unity, and it's for both partners or both sides better if they can be presented in this way. That means Rona is producer not only, you mentioned it's producer of different type of glasses, but wine glass, and also our design is devoted especially to this topic, and therefore I think that this possibility to be presented on such a nice event is a very good chance also for marketing of Rona.
My question, why do you think Rona glasses are so special technically? What are the special properties of the glasses that you produce?
Rona is melting glass and is forming glass. These are two different sides of one product. And if you go for such a competition like with tasting of wines, good wines, I am convinced you need excellent product, excellent glass. And Rona is regarded as a top-end producer of glass. And this is not only because Rona still has a handmade production of glass. Handmade production was always regarded as a top category of glass, but also because Rona is able to melt glass of excellent quality. If you wish to see and judge wine in glass, the glass, for example, cannot be colored, so it should be really colorless, and this is you can achieve this production only if you can melt glass without bubbles, without stones, and also you need to decolorize the glass because each melted glass in the world has certain color, and to prevent this, you have to manage the technology where, for example, in our case, we add oxides of precious metals. These are very expensive products. For example, oxide of cobalt or erbium. And also to get rid of bubbles, you need antimony oxide. So we are able to bring these substances to achieve glass of perfect quality. This is one side of the story. The second side, if you wish to taste good glass, you can do it also in beer glass, basically. But such a beautiful substance like wine deserves his own glass. And handmade was always regarded as the highest standard of the quality. But what is interesting, and I think this is a very important point also of this product and also of this competition, that glasses we offered for this competition were not handmade, but they really look like handmade. And this is something where we wanted also to present Rona. Handmade production is in this moment very restricted. We have 130 glass blowers, but the demand of glasses of this category is extremely high. That means if we don't do nothing, then we are not able to support any kind of competition with wine tasting, but by these glasses. What Rona managed was to simulate the handmade production in automatic way. And in this aspect, Rona is really regarded as a world leader because we are able to offer glasses with parameters like handmade. These basic parameters, except of dimension, glass qualities, for example, thin wall glasses, we call it ultralight products. And this is something what we are really proud of. And the tasting glasses on this competition were of this type, and they were regarded as very successful.
For us, for tasters, is to concentrate the aromatics in the glass and to really help the structure of the wine to come out, so that all wines have the same conditions when tasted by the taster. So from my point of view as a taster, the quality of glass as a material and the shape of the bowl of the glass for enhancing the tasting qualities of the wine are very important, and also the elegance, because when you are evaluating wine, it is very important that your impressions are positive, because in wine competitions we are not trying to search the defects, we are trying to search qualities of wine.
For your idea, I will give the recommendation about the quality to our quality inspection, because in Rona we don't know category of quality number 1. We either have quality number 2. So we have either quality 1 or we throw the product away. But it was a nice idea to search for nice things and not to search for defects. Thank you.
I'm very happy to have with us director of Weinburgenland, our partner since 2019 as well, and my friend Georg Schweitzer.
Nice to be here, and I'm really happy that we are part of the game. Let's say it like this. The region of Burgenland, as you have been mentioning already, is bordering to Slovakia. And looking at our wine tourism, the big portion of our guests are coming from the Central European countries like Slovakia, Czech Republic, Hungary. And this is one of the main reasons why we are participating in this competition, tasting wines. And especially talking about the variety Blaufränkisch, which is the most planted variety in Burgenland area on the red wine sector, beside the fact that Austria is known to be a white wine country, will give us the possibility to even make a higher profile on the red wine sector. And even according to Chances Robinson, she was saying that Blaufränkisch as variety is one of the highest quality red grapes from Austria, having an international footprint, and we should really promote it much more. And listening these words from Chances Robinson, I think your competition and the competition we are talking about is one of the main competitions focusing on these varieties, especially in the Central European context. So going along the Danube, Blaufränkisch should be everywhere. So this is the one side. The second thing, your question, yes, we are quite well known for producing high quality wines. And this is, let's say, the challenge as well we are facing, because the high quality wines, price-wise, they are, let's say, in the upper range. So we talk about 10, 15, 20 euros and above. And a lot of people are looking for, let's say, more cheaper wines, 5 euros, 6 euros, 7 euro wines. And then they say, okay, maybe the quality on these wines is still good, but it's not that good as I'm expecting. So with this competition, we support our wineries in showing the potential, showing the quality of our red grapes. And this is really important. And as said before, the wine tourism as such and the hospitality sector here in this area, the northern part of Burgenland, is very reluctant to the guests from the Central European countries. Looking on the figures, so it's about 25 to 30% of the people coming into our region are coming from these countries. So you see, it's a really important part of our business, a part of our sharing our experiences, sharing our knowledge of wine, and of course, sharing the wine with all the people out there. It's worth doing.
Yes, this is important because we came finally to the results of our competition. And I would like to say that our competition is held under the auspices of the International Organization of Wine and Wine, OIV. So we have to respect the rules that only 30% of participating wines can be awarded medal. So the level of this year's competition was very high, and we had to cut the medals at 87.25 points, although the silver medal could have been awarded from 84 points.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy that this wine was ranking the best, because a Beerenauslese, it's something special. And actually, the region I'm coming from in Burgenland, by the way, we are just 30 minutes away from Bratislava, so this links to the words we have been saying before, is very well known for the sweet wines based on noble rot. And we are one of the, let's say, 3-4 major regions in the world having this noble rot on a regular base. And the winery producing this Beerenauslese using Sauvignon Blanc in the vintage 2019, which was, by the way, one of the best vintages we had. It's the vintage of the decade. Shows the potential of sweet wine in perfect balance, so sweetness and acidity, giving a very, very good drinkability to this wine. And it's something like the flagship of this winery, and you awarded the one of the best marks to this wine. So I'm really, really happy to show that sweet wine is still on the board and it should be consumed much more.
Yes, I would like to add that another sweet wine from this producer, it was a Welsh Riesling, Trockenbeerenauslese, got gold medal with very high score. So probably it's because the Lake Neusiedl has very special climatic conditions for the production of naturally sweet wines, or noble rotten or dried berries sweet wines.
Yeah, it's actually, you're right, it's the Lake Neusiedl, or Neusiedler See in German. So it's quite shallow lake, so it's 1.3, 1.4 meters of depth maximum, but it has a huge surface. And this surface enables to keep the humidity, especially in autumn time frame, really, really high. And during the day, the sun is drying up again the berries, the grapes, which is important to get the noble rot. Otherwise, you would just get rot and you could throw away the berries, of course. But this condition, the Lake of Neusiedl and the sandy and gravelly soils beside there, and the little mountain range, in this combination, it's a guarantee for pure, fine, noble rot, producing this Beerenauslesen and Trockenbeerenauslesen.
A special Austrian winemaker this time, who is here with us. Please let me introduce you and welcome with us Gerald Roschel, who is representing here Esterhazy Winery, because the wine Blaufränkisch 2019 Leiterberg got a very special prize. It was the best Blaufränkisch in the competition. So this is really a great award, and because our competition is trying to focus on the autochthonous varieties of the Danube region, as Blaufränkisch, Veltliner, Welsh Riesling. So for us, it's a special honor.
Hi, and let me say a very thank you for this trophy. The Blaufränkisch trophy is our most important trophy, as Blaufränkisch is our, let's say, signature red wine. So 25 of our altogether 60 hectares is planted with Blaufränkisch. So thank you very much for this trophy. Yeah, first, let's say what's special with this variety. I would say there are two main reasons. One is this special acidity. It's a very high acidity for Blaufränkisch. You can compare it maybe to Nebbiolo or Sangiovese. So this is unique worldwide and adds a special freshness to the wine. Maybe this was a disadvantage 20-30 years ago when climate was cooler, so it was not perfectly ripe often, and so there was often punch and acidity. But nowadays it's really perfect with this kind of acidity to have in the wine. The second thing for me with Blaufränkisch is it's a variety which can perfectly reflect the soil. So here we are on the Leiterberg mountain range, we have mainly limestone soils, but in other parts of Burgenland there's also slate, iron containing slate, also very loamy soils, and all these Blaufränkisch tastes very different from each other. So it's like Pinot Noir, that you can really taste the terroir, the soil that's growing in.
Thank you. I really like your mention and the comparison of Blaufränkisch to Pinot Noir, because many people say, and I understand perfectly why they do that, that Blaufränkisch is the Pinot Noir of Central Europe. So I would say maybe it's not important to compare the varieties because they are very original, but in sense of quality parameters, I really like this comparison, because this grape variety is very flexible, can express the terroir, can adjust to different soils, and then can give different results. And you can produce maybe light rosé wines from this variety, even sparkling wines. You can produce easy drinking wines, and you can produce really great wines that are apt for aging, and then that can be stored for ages and really can come to an elegance and a great character, as for example the Pinot Noir in Burgundy.
Let's say in the last 3 years we started a new project wines at our winery. It's called Blaufränkisch 360 degrees, where we want to see the borders of Blaufränkisch. So we said, okay, what international styles of different wine do exist? Still wine, sparkling wine, sweet wine, and we all try this with Blaufränkisch. So for example, we make a port style Blaufränkisch. We make 2 different sparkling wines, one Méthode Traditionnelle, one Chamat method sparkling wine. We do sweet wine from Blaufränkisch. And our last project from last year was, because we want to know what will be the future with Blaufränkisch for top Blaufränkisch. At the moment, you have stainless steel and wooden barrels. So, for example, our top Blaufränkisch, the Rich Hilton, is matured for 15 months in 2 600-liter barrels. But maybe for the future, this will change. And so last year we started to have the same grapes from the same vineyard in 6 different vessels. So it was stainless steel, oak, but also concrete, granite barrel, ceramic egg, and the last one, terracotta. So we fermented the wine the same way inside, also stored it there for 9 months, and then bottled it to see for the future what will be perfect. And I think we will have to do this many times, see how the wine will taste when it's young, when it's older, and maybe for the future our best Blaufränkisch will be 1 600-liter barrel and maybe 1 ceramic egg, and this mixed together.
What would be your message for producers and for consumers, for all wine lovers during these pandemic times?
Čiže ja si myslím, že nie len v tejto ťažkej pandemickej dobe, keď vlastne gastro je jedno z najviac postihnutých odvetví. Je veľmi dôležité, aby sme gastro, špeciálne možno vinárov, podporili tým, že vlastne budú sa kupovať ich výrobky. Vieme veľmi dobre, že na Slovensku je tá dotačná politika alebo podpora štátu možno nedostatočná alebo nie až taká veľká. Vinári sa boria s veľkými problémami a ja si myslím, že tým, že budeme kupovať ich výrobky, ich len podporíme, čo by bolo veľmi, veľmi dobré.
I would continue to stay with quality. It's the quality of wine, and a good bottle of wine is always welcome to discuss with family. So to be closer to the customer and to promote it, let's say, not only to see the wholesale, but to see the small consumers, which are very worthful and thankful as well, and to buy domestic wine, of course, to support our wine producers, local wine.
No rovnako ako vína sú v poslednom období plné novošľachtencov, tak aj COVID, bohužiaľ, sa dal na cestu novošľachtencov a tak budeme musieť ešte chvíľku zotrvať asi v tomto provizóriu, ktoré nám ale ponúka neuveriteľné možnosti v rámci ochutnávania a konzumácie počas trávenia domáceho väzenia, konzumácie vín, na ktoré sme možno doteraz nemali čas. Mnohí majú odložené vína na príjemnejšie, lepšie príležitosti. Myslím si, že teraz je čas všetky vína začať ochutnávať a hlavne kupovať nové. Pravda je taká, že ja by som chcel poprosiť aj slovenských vinárov, napriek tomu, že doba je naozaj ťažká a podpora zo strany štátu mizivá, aby sa snažili produkovať naozaj iba kvalitné vína zo slovenskej produkcie, zo slovenského hrozna, aby sa to nenahrádzalo niečím iným, čo možno ani za hrozno nemôžeme považovať. Rovnako vyzývam tých, ktorí víno pijú. To neznamená, keď si kúpite víno za 4 eurá, že to víno bude fajn a že pijete víno. Občas je možno rozumné zainvestovať.
Yeah, my message is easy. Keep on drinking, keep on tasting, even due to the pandemic. So right now in Austria we have a lockdown, so we need to order the wine from our home. Don't forget that about 56% of the consumption is done at gastronomy and events. And if this is blocked, we have to find another way. So my message is go to the homepages of the wineries, try ordering different types of Blaufränkisch, and as you said, quality-wise Blaufränkisch. So even if you see it's a 25 euro bottle, try it at least once and you will see the difference comparing to another bottle cost, for example, like 5, 6, 7 euros. Everything is fine, but you get the right wine for the right occasion with the right price tag. So my message is keep on drinking, keep on tasting.
That's great, Georg. I totally agree. And what about Gerald, representing the winery that is very important in Austria, in Burgenland? Gerald, what will be your message to consumers and to other colleagues, producers?
So especially to other producers, for example, I always taste the Burgenland Blaufränkisch. You in Slovakia taste your Slovakish Blaufränkisch, but I think we don't know too much about each other. We should taste much more the other countries to see a Czech Francosch, a Frankowka, Modra, and the Blaufränkisch. It should all come together, and at the end we can make profits from each other to see the different styles, what is possible with this variety. To the consumer in general about wine. Yes, they have to try different things. Not always drink the same. Taste different wines, different styles, and wine should not always be the same. Like with beer, where you say, okay, I like this kind of beer. I always drink this beer. Wine should be always different and new tastes, new styles of wine. Try different things. That's for me the most important because it makes the most fun with wine.
It is very important to choose a proper glass for your wine. So really, your experience from wine could be much better if you go for a good glass. I'm not saying it has to be an extremely expensive and an extremely funky or whatever glass, but really a glass that could make the wine shine and that could make your experience from wine better.
My message would be let's appreciate excellent wines in appropriate and excellent wine glasses.
Thank you very much, everybody. I hope we tried to explain to all producers and to some wine commentators and people who present wines, sommeliers, and especially consumers, that it is very important to communicate about your wines. It is important to say we are here, we are producing the best we can from our grapes for you, so that you can taste the wines. And it is important to organize wine events. It is important to organize events for education, to educate the consumer, and also to compare the quality of wines from different regions, different grape varieties, different countries. And this is a Danube Wine Challenge is all about. Thank you very much for your participation, and I'm looking very much forward to meet you all next year. Thank you very much.